there is some not great things going on in the world of streaming. Um,
Specifically just to Emiru, dude. Like, what
yeah.
the hell? I feel so bad for her.
So, top Twitch streamer Emiru shocked the online world. She went live and accused her ex boyfriend Mizkiff of sexual assault, emotional abuse, stalking, and blackmail threats. She stayed silent for months but came forward after what she described as a new safety concern. Her claims instantly went viral across Twitch, X, and Reddit,
Because she
pulling
pulled up
millions.
receipts. Bow, 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 bow. Oh, she got them with both barrels, dude. There ain't no denying shit. It was all right there in black and white. People can see.
So let's check this out, right?
Today, I'm finally going to be opening up about the psychological and domestic abuse, stalking and harassment, sexual assault, and threats of blackmail that Ms. Kiff has done towards me, and some of these issues which are still ongoing. For the entirety of this year, I have attempted to separate myself from him and not talk about him at all, and not talk about this issue and just not make it a public thing. I always tried my best to keep this to myself, but like I said, I feel like it's gone to the point, which I'll explain later, that I feel like it just has to be done. And I have always believed in not condemning people or starting drama online. So I'm sure a lot of people are going to be asking, why am I doing this and why now? And I would like to explain that.
Interesting. So,
I'm kind of surprised she would even did she do this by her own free will, or
so this is
like just
what Ms. Kiff replied back.
Emiru has a lot of rabbits. It was her calling when she first moved in. These were a big part of her life. But as those rabbits moved out of her room and into the living room, they started to see disgusting neglect. No food, no water, sometimes not having clean.
What? He's like just bringing up a thing to smear her about how she takes care of her rabbits.
Bedding
She
for
kind of
weeks.
accused him
I,
of
along with many others,
maybe
who would come
possibly being
over.
the reason her rabbits were dead. She can't say. She said she can't prove anything.
What? Her rabbits got killed? We didn't
Yeah,
get that part.
yeah, that's in there
What?
also. Like Mizkiff might have killed her pets. He was abusing her physically later. Like that, he like sexually assaulted her for real. He did. Like it's all there. It's so nuts, dude.
That's crazy.
Would give
Yeah,
them what
but
they
this is
need.
also like she just got assaulted at TwitchCon. This is like she moved in with Mizkiff and like the rest of the org after she had to move out of her house because she's been getting stalked. Like it's absolutely nuts what this poor girl has had to go through just because she likes playing video games. If you ever watch her stuff, she's a total pro. Like she literally just chills. I think she would be one of the coolest people to hang out with. Like and
Yeah.
genuinely not in like a like, oh my god, this girl is so cool, I want to have sex with her kind of way. Right? Like she's just dope. Ah, it's so sad to see.
Along with many others who would come over, would give them what they needed, and I would tell her all the time to take care of them, but to no avail. She completely neglected those rabbits, so much that many of them just died over 1 year of being around in my house. My cleaning ladies would clean them just because they felt terrible, and my brother
I've
once
always
came
hated
over
this
and
guy, dude. He sucks.
So I can all like having a hard time hearing what he's saying over the stupid voice chat little
Yeah,
paid thing. Super annoying.
Twitch.
said, and I quote, "If you ever marry this woman, I'll never forgive you."
Dang, dude.
Yeah, they said you got
dirtbags.
this because we believe you. Said no one under the bottom right. Yeah, no, bro, it ain't happening. Like I said,
That's ridiculous.
she pulled up text messages, bro. Like I saw the way he would talk to her. There were other streamers too that were like, one time he walked into a room and started screaming at her, and then noticed that they were standing in the corner, and then just changed up completely. Like, oh hi there. Like, oh, he's like a fuck. He's just wow, creep, dude. Never.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I
I've never liked
didn't
Mizkiff. He also ducked some other allegations before.
I didn't see anything about that. So I caught this. I watched a Taylor Lorenz. Knowing. Okay, so there was this assault at TwitchCon where this guy comes up and essentially just tries to like kiss her or whatever.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Oh, it won't even let you. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, he literally just comes up right on her and tries to kiss her. Yeah.
What the heck,
Ugh.
man?
Yeah, good thing there was a security guard or whoever that guy is.
So that was one thing that they talked about in that video. I'd recommend checking it out.
Who
It's with
does
Taylor
that?
Taylor Lorenz. And she has a guest on, and I thought both of them brought up some really good points about how when you look over here, this guy that pushed him off is actually her private security.
Yeah.
So,
Good. Well, good.
um,
Somebody. Yeah. You would think that, like, yeah, somebody should
Yeah.
stop that. Like, yeah, because her body
Her,
language clearly said to like,
her
yo, I
criticism
cannot
is
touch
that
this.
the venue did not provide enough security to prevent that from happening in the first place. Right.
and I think that while so it wasn't necessarily about the venue's security so much, it's just there's just a very very toxic culture in all of this kind of atmosphere, and that's one thing that I've noticed is like the further you or the more that you watch some of these people, and I don't watch a single like I've never just come to a stream, you know what I mean, and just sat
Me
and
neither.
listened or watched to a stream, period. It's teach their
I've done
own.
that
I'm not
several times.
knocking it. I'm just saying, like, to me, I just personally have too much stuff going on, and I can't just be spending a bunch of time watching a stream.
I
But
could do it while I do other stuff. That's why I do
sure,
it.
but I guess the point is that these spaces are just not safe. They've gotten extremely unsafe, and it's just getting worse and worse. And I mean, Charlie, Penguinzo or
Because
whatever has talked about this too, where
because people that are like internet celebrities or celebrities in general. I will say this, like I said, as people who know me that my overall look on celebrities and celebrifying people, especially politicians, I don't care for that. I don't really care for celebrities, but I will say this though about the celebrity culture and pop culture in general when it comes to that. What really concerns me, and this is also a psychological perspective too, the moment that a person reaches like a certain notoriety, like they or a certain amount of fame and or a certain amount of like popularity levels, it's almost as if they are no longer looked at as human beings. They're
Well,
looked at as an entity of that just creates content, and their only sole purpose is to please the masses in any way, shape, or form. And now, okay, now, so of course, the person that went up to her and grabbed her and things like that. Of course, I don't know who the person is. I don't know why he would go and do something as I have my case watering today. I don't know why he would do something as brash as go into a con and just go up and just start making moves on, making unwarranted advances on her and things like that. And I think it's because she's probably not looked at as a human being to some
yeah,
people. I'm not saying every single person. I can't make that generalization, of course, but I feel that a lot of people, especially like musicians, like TV stars, adult actresses, they're not looked at as people. They're looked at as objects, you know, property, if you will.
sure,
And I think that's part of the problem is that we're losing the human aspect of of just God, I cannot find my words today. I think you get what I'm trying to get at here. Or here's another good example: Korean pop bands. They are treated certain I've heard that like in South Korea. certain K-pop members of the like K-pop band members are actually literally treated like their property. Like they are literally not forbidden to see their family members. Like they
Jeez.
are not allowed. Like
I
for
think they
example,
are forbidden because you said not forbidden.
I did.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine. But they
that's
are
bad.
forbidden.
Yes,
I'll be punching myself in the face later for that.
I'm
But
just trying to make
anyway,
sure we mean the right thing.
You don't gotta punch
yeah, they
yourself.
are forbidden. Yeah, let me rephrase. They are forbidden to see their family members for no matter the reason. And there was times that even the family members even tried to go see them, and they were like had the police called on them. They would get assaulted and pushed out and kicked out of like buildings that had their family members in there because, like I said, they're not looked at as human beings,
No,
and that to
they are
me
property of
is
the company because they signed a piece of paper that said that they were for money. But yeah,
yeah that's
I understand that it's not also a different thing, and that's kind of the other part too. Is like you can't just walk up to these people and treat them like normal people because they are a piece of intellectual property at this point. You went to a corporate building where they are corporately sponsoring this person to corporately stand there and sign pieces of paper. They don't want to talk to you. They are not interested in being your friend. They don't want to. So like, leave them the alone. Like it's that
right.
easy. Don't be a creep. Get your book signed. Get your whatever. Be a fan. Sit on the stream. Watch. Talk. Whatever. Do like your normal person stuff. Just don't do this weird idol culture bullshit. Didn't you watch Perfect Blue back in the 90s? Like we know this shit is bad. Like the Perfect Blue is an anime movie, by the way, so you probably haven't seen it. But yes, it talks about this very thing. There's an awesome anime now called Oshinoko that's talking about that a lot in Japanese culture. Because there was a Japanese wrestler that just committed suicide because of online bullying and harassment and a lot of this kind of thing. Where like we need to create safe spaces, and as a community, we're too afraid to create safe spaces because of the accountability. You know what I mean? Like they've said, "Oh no, if a crime's happening, don't get involved." And like we're not supposed to. We're supposed to go alert whoever the hell it's problem it is actually supposed to be. But what do you do when there isn't a person whose problem it's supposed to be in this, where there is no security or nobody else? Like, you know,
I
Or
think a big
assuming that or assuming that the people that are responsible for enforcing that safety does anything too, because just because they're paid to do that doesn't mean they do a good job of it or don't do their job at all.
yeah, not to condone vigilante action either, but like at the same time, that poor little girl never should have had a hand laid on her like that in a place so crowded. It's nuts to me that people
Yeah,
think
that's
the
yeah, it's
audacity
just
to
yeah.
do that.
I mean, clearly the guy, like I said, because well, my point is like the guy clearly just looks at her as not even as a person, and that to me, and that's what really concerns me about just that's just why I don't care for celebrity culture in general, whether if it's an internet celebrity, music star,
So
pop
I think
star,
it's
movie
weird, right?
star, whatever. I just don't care because number one, people just idolize them, which they should not be idolized. And number two, and then also for the person that is a celebrity, they're treated like property. They're not humans
Well,
anymore.
I think that it's the two circles where it's that you need to realize that you can think they might be cool to hang out with in real life and like them for that, but then there's also this reality over here where you don't know them in real life and you
yeah.
don't know
Right?
what
No,
they're
no,
like.
no, no. That's not what
And
I'm
like,
saying. No,
no,
it's just
I'm
I
saying that like these people that are the problem, that's what's the disconnect there. They cannot separate that part out of their lives. They think
well,
that they
no, you're
are
right. 'Cause
theirs
like
and that they own that. I'm talking about the fuck the companies. We're talking about the problem with the fans because they're the ones that do shit like
Yeah, the
this. The
fans are
company
oh
really
doesn't
yeah,
bad.
no,
make them.
yeah, a lot of fan bases nowadays are just out there. Hell, it's even like that in the NFL world because I mean there's certain fan bases that are like really known for being like good to like guess and things like that, which is actually what my fan base, the Green Bay fan base, is good for. And then there's like the Philadelphia Eagles fan base. They are one of the they're literally ranked one of the worst fan bases to be
They
around,
burn
especially
down their
if you go
town
to
every
a full
time they
decade
win or
because
lose.
huh?
So they burn down their town every time they win or lose.
Exactly. And or hell, someone freaking fired a gun and shot somebody. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, it's ridiculous.
it's
It's rid-
crazy.
it's insanity.
I mean,
So
Um,
there's a
yeah,
lot of
and
people these days that just like feel the need to have parasocial relationships with
I would also
people.
like to
And
rescind my
it goes
previous
way
statement.
beyond just streamers. That we're talking about. This is in politics, dude. There's people literally cheering about a Kamala Harris up on stage after she genocided kids for who knows how long. And I'm just saying, like, they don't know that lady. They don't know that she's accepted $9 million+ from freaking APAC and things like that. And it's just so bizarre to consider these people to be like essentially your good old buddy or your good old friend when they're literally just up there for their own purposes, right? So like in the case of
Well,
streaming, they're there
that's
for
what they want you to be doing. That's why they're presenting what they're presenting to you. It's on purpose. It's very intentional.
right.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying, oh yeah, I want to, no, they should be hung out with or talk. No, I'm not saying that either because I know that some of them are very arrogant towards people, whether they're their fans or not. I know because they look at their fans as just like, you worship me or just shut the fuck up and get out of my way. I know there's plenty of celebrities like that, sports stars included, like who used to be my favorite quarterback, Aaron Rodgers. That dude went from the most modest, chillest dude to now in most later years, he's talking about like the weirdest shit and saying the most out of pocket things on like podcasts and also talking to like his teammates and his coaches like pieces of shit. He's gotten like when he used to play for the New York Jets, he got the coach fired because he blamed the coach when it was literally Rodgers being a freaking Paradonna, and he not to mention got former Packer players to come that literally were either free agents or retired to come the New York Jets because they were his buddies. And well, the Jets failed miserably. They had like probably I think last year they had like I think they maybe only had like 5 wins out of like 17 games. Like they
That's
failed
great.
miserably.
That was a great reaction frame.